Good day, everyone, and thank you for joining me. I believe by now many of you might have seen the Plateau State Governor's apology to Ndigbo, telling the Igbos that they were sorry, that they were deceived, to support the mutiny, the massacre of Igbo people during Nigerian Biafra War. I don't know if he's apologizing on behalf of Gowon or he's just trying to apologize to Igbo people. Because in 17 local government of Plateau State, Igbos are significantly noticed everywhere in the Plateau State. And as I'm talking to you now, the Plateau State is paying a steep price when it comes to terrorism and kidnapping, and most importantly, they want to enthrone their emirate in Plateau State, just like the way they did in Kwara State. Yes, in Kwara State. Kwara was not a Muslim state before. Yeah, there were Muslims, but they were not. Their emir then wasn't a Muslim. Yeah, they weren't practicing that before until they were captured. And today, Kwara, every place you go in Kwara, Muslims, Fulanis, have taken over Kwara State, except in some remote areas here and there. That's exactly what they want to do in Plateau State. You know, when they finished this Aburi Accord, Ankara told Jack and Ojukwu, if you guys can implement this, Nigeria will be better off. But Gowon went home and did otherwise. Ojukwu told him, I said, what you are doing is wrong. It may not be now, but in the near future, you will pay the price. He thought maybe just a mere talking. And today, Gowon and Plateau State is paying the price. Every week, an average of 17 people dies in Plateau State. Every week dies in the hands of these terrorists. Every week. So they now realize that had it been their brother implemented ordinary accord discussed in Aburi, by now Nigeria would have been better. Nigeria would have been like Australia. Nigeria would have been like UK, where they practice their confederation, or maybe like US, or better still like Canada. Nigeria would have been better. South Africa wouldn't have been destroying a nation like Nigeria, telling us to come and take our people home, calling Nigerians names and all that. Terrorism wouldn't have been in Nigeria. If they want to be, let them be in our zone, in Hausa land, in Fulani land. Let them be there, because they will have their own zone. Igbos will have their own zone. Every zone as it stands now, it was 4 regions then. Maybe they would have carved out the 6 geopolitical zones now, and every zone, every region would have been developing in their own pace. If you want to enthrone Sharia, you enthrone Sharia in your Fulani land. If Hausa people want to do theirs, they will do that in their own land. If Igbo people want to do theirs, they will do that. Anything you want to practice, just know that it's for your region. You can't just bring your own tradition and culture to influence mine. It's not going to work. So had it been Gowon implemented Aburi Accord, people like Abiola would have been alive today. People like Funsho William would have been alive today. People like Bola Ige would have been alive today. Why did I say that? Because the political turmoil that killed these people wouldn't have been in existence. Had it been he implemented Aburi Accord, this guy in Abuja wouldn't have been there, because Yoruba people wouldn't have allowed that to be their first minister. It will never happen. Somebody without identity can never, because Yoruba people have culture. They are smart and intelligent. They wouldn't have allowed Tinubu to be their first minister. It's not going to happen. Like I said, Funsho William wouldn't have been dead. Funsho William would have been alive. Abiola would have been alive. Bola Ige would have been alive. Because all those political rubbish that killed them wouldn't have been. There wouldn't have been Nigerian Biafran civil war. That could have been avoided had it been this guy implemented Aburi Accord. Gowon is the problem of the 90% of the issues we are having in Nigeria today. Gowon caused it. A clueless president then. Even when he had smart people around him, people like Odimegwu Ojukwu, they were friends. He used to call him Jack. Had it been he listened to that man, had it been Gowon listened to Ankara, this problem Nigerians are in today would have, in fact, we wouldn't have seen any of this. But he chose to look the other way. And as it is today, he cannot even sleep a day in Plateau State. He lives in Abuja. And an average of 17 people dies in his home of Plateau every now and then. So sometimes when you think that you are trying to destroy a region, you will not know that you are actually destroying your own region. Like I said, he owes the Igbos plenty of apologies. I mean Gowon. And in general, he owes Nigerians for the problem Nigerians are going through today. Gowon owes Nigerians an apology. And at the same time, demand for British to release the original documents of that Aburi Accord and fight for that to be implemented. Or better still, talk to Tinubu for a confederation. Because the way we are moving now, if Tinubu rigs this election, which he is prepared to do, because if he cannot win this election, he's ready to destroy Nigeria by all means. Because he knows that he's not going to win, and that is why he's using the judges and INEC to destroy this country. And like my friend will say, they should open the gates of jail, the prison, because Nigerians are ready this time. Last time Yakubu sweet-mouthed Nigeria into believing that everything is okay. But this time around, we talk and not do that. Nigerians are ready. Even when you say that everything is okay, Nigerians will say, no, we are not going. They say they will do mock presidential listing. Nigerians are waiting. So whichever way they like, Nigerians are waiting. Back to my topic. If Gowon had done all these things, believe me, many good things would have been in Nigeria today. Honestly, we wouldn't have been where we are today. Nigeria is 60 years backward. 60 years. Are you aware that we and China, we used to be the same level economically? Malaysia, all of them. We used to be in the same third world those days. But China don't leave us since now. Why China is already using 6G, Nigeria is still in 2G, 3G. China don't reach 6G. Even UK no reach them. US no reach them now as it stands. They are far away. 6G. As a matter of fact, as at last week, they are even planning on getting. Last week they are planning on getting 7G. Already, they are ahead of the world. They are ahead of the world. Those were the people where all of us were in third world before, but they've moved. They moved. So, if Gowon doesn't want to apologize to Nigerians and Igbos in particular, he should talk to his friend Bola Ahmed Tinubu to do the needful. Either allow free and fair election, or better still, give Nigerians a confederation. Let every region rule themselves. And believe me, ISWAP, Boko Haram, what is their name? I can't remember their names again, because they said there are about 12 terrorist organizations and still counting in Nigeria. So let every region develop at their own pace, and there will be peace in Nigeria. Like I said earlier, no region will superimpose their way of life to other people, because we don't do the same thing. You can't tell an Hausa man to go to church to pray. He doesn't even know what you guys are saying. You cannot force a Christian to go to mosque to pray. Why you guys are standing up, you will be sitting. Why you guys are sitting, you will be standing, because he doesn't know what you guys are doing. That is the problem. Gowon owe Nigerians a whole lot of apology, and the Igbos in particular. So if Muftwang is doing Gowon's bidding, Gowon need to come out clear and apologize to Nigerians. My name is Hyacinth, and this is the Hyacinth Network. Thank you for listening to me. May God bless you, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
They say prevention is better than cure. Use this quote play. After some time, you will learn, and you will learn in a very hard way, according to a very dark man. Prevention is better than cure. Ndigbo kwuru okwu na o ji mmadụ na ji onwe ya. You will not understand. I am not supposed to explain this adage to you, but I will explain, because common sense is not common. If it's common, everybody will have it. When you are having a fight, a fist fight with someone, and you eventually carry the person knock am for ground, go. You know there's a tendency that the person will stand up. You hold the person on the ground. Both of you are still going to be on the ground. Because once you stand up, he will stand up and the fight will continue. When you pin somebody for ground, both of them go see the same ground. You will not move, he will not move. Oji onwe, oji mmadụ nani, ji onwe ya. This is what Nigeria has succeeded doing for the last 60 years. For the last 60 years, this is what Nigeria have done to themselves. We will not allow Igbos to go. We will not give them confederation. We will not allow them have regional system. We will not Igbo this, Igbo that. Look at where we are today. But funny enough, Akufesia or Dala war. Despite all of us is biting all of us. I make video here, I come with fact and evidence. I come with logic reasoning. I am not called Deputy Jesus for fancy. I have sense to think. When I made that video saying these apologies should not be accepted, that this is political, many of you think that we don't know what we are talking about. Look at the video. Evidences of they have to go and meet him. So imagine they did not have this meeting. The governor will not come to his senses to say he wants to apologize to Ndigbo. And this is why I keep saying that the reason for the apology is political. According to that video you watch now, This Yoruba guy that is speaking, I don't know him. May God bless him for coming out to say the truth. If Nigerians truly want to apologize to Ndigbo for what happened 60 years ago, Gowon and Danjuma are still alive. They should take entourage, as many that are stakeholders alive as of that year that the war was fought, that made decisions that are still alive. Take them to Southeast to apologize. It is only then. Not the people. I see somebody in my comments that say the war has passed. Igbo should try and move on. Who said we are not moving on? We are moving on, but the issues on ground is also dragging us backward. We heard that video. The guy is saying Nigeria would have moved forward if they have implemented Aburi Accord. This is why I say prevention is better than cure. We would have prevented what we are going through today. What an Igbo man sat down and see. Other tribes will climb tree, even climb mast, even do helicopter jumping. They will not see it. There is a God-given talent. See, there's a reason why God nature made the Igbos to be among the Nigeria, so that they can help to pilot the affairs of Nigeria and take Nigeria to the greatest height. They say all fingers are not equal. There is a reason why the thumb is thicker than other fingers. There's a reason why this finger is smaller. There's a reason why this finger is longer. They have purposes. There's a reason why the Igbos are allowed by nature to be among the other Nigerian tribes. So that no matter what, there will be somebody who are more intelligent, who are more aggressive, who are more go-getters, who are more brave to encourage, show example, lead the others to the greater height of Nigeria. But instead of other ones to support them so that all will grow together, every other hands are fighting the hand that will fit them. They are fighting the hand that will make them great. Just as you see people today under 5 days talking about Messi and Argentina, what Ronaldo have received for years. Now the same thing Igbos have been receiving in the hands of Nigeria for years. But there will be a day for the owners when the truth will start coming out from an unlikable source. I told you people, time will come, people will start telling Nigerians the truth. And we're going to be here to be revealing them, promoting them, letting people know the truth. The Europeans and the West could see the growth of Japan then. They don't want it to repeat itself in Nigeria. They don't want it. They knew what is happening. Japan is so strong that they have to participate in the second world. It's just America that crumbled them. But then they're still strong even to today in terms of technology. They saw it. But then other Nigerians ignorantly buy into it. Look at where we are today. Zero. And this is why you need to pick up your PVC. Pick up your PVC. Stop giving excuses except you don't want this country to grow. No be to dey shout one Nigeria. I be Yoruba, I be this, I hate Igbo man to rule. Stop shouting one Nigeria if you don't want truly want Nigeria to move forward. No be to dey shout one Nigeria. It is time to show truly that we are one by supporting the best candidates so that the country will move forward, by supporting the best region that can emancipate us. Igbo people don't show us the way. Education na them, politics, the better candidates na them, economy, business na them. They don't show us the way. If you no follow am, na you sabi. I'm out of here, Joe.